As I sit here this morning in my bed, I physically can't get up. Just too much pain today. It's going to be one of those days where it'll be a few hours before I'll be able to stand. And just wanted to let people know where I'm at and what's going on. So, in the past week, I've made multiple phone calls to multiple offices of the Government of Canada, complaining about the Premier Doug Ford and his inability to do his job, the Disability Minister, the inability to do his job, the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario, and the inability to do their job, the Sudbury Human Rights Tribunal, and the inability to do their job. I got a call back from the Prime Minister's secretary yesterday, but I wasn't able to take. That I will be calling them back this morning to talk about the incompetency of the Canadian government. Now, people should take notice that, Pierre Poilievre is asking a lot from Canadians. Justin Trudeau is asking a lot from Canadians. All of our politicians are asking a lot from Canadians right now. High taxes, a dollar that ain't worth shit, groceries that nobody can afford, fuel prices that are absolutely ridiculous for a carbon tax that is not actually helping the world. It's just making it harder. And when you make it harder, people do certain things where they wouldn't normally do that'll probably have a higher carbon impact on a whole. Because our politicians are quite frankly morons. I'm sure if you gave all of them an IQ test, they would not score very highly. They lie to the Canadian citizens, and the Canadian citizens just take it. I don't know if it's going through public school or being beaten down by all the rules and laws of society, but my fellow Canadians don't have fucking backbones. They can't get up and protest. They can't do anything right. We had the trucker protest. Now, if them damn idiots would have put the money where their mouth is and surrounded the fucking Parliament building, maybe it would have been different. But they just, I guess, convoyed along making noise like a bunch of idiots. But it's not about who makes the loudest noise. It's about who's got the best goddamn point. And the point that I'm trying to make is, if the Canadian government can't get off their ass to fix the Ontario Disability Support Program, which is being neglected by Doug Ford and the ministry, and they've handicapped workers to the point where workers can't make complaints because they're afraid of losing their jobs, and quite frankly is run by a spineless subset of women. Now, I'm not trying to be offensive to women. I'm just trying to say that the ministry made it very comfortable for you guys to do nothing, to not be able to help us, and just sit there and smile at the end of the day going, well, too bad, that's just the way it is. And that's what Canada has a huge fucking problem in. Oh, that's just the way it is, fuck off. Literally, I have people on the phone, I call government agencies, where their best answer they can give me is fucking silence. Because they know if they give me an actual answer, they're fucking culpable for something. So, I spent last month, about 7 days absolutely starving myself. Probably had a calorie intake of about 50 to 60 calories a day. And I'm fucking over it. I'm in a country where you can't even say you want to die. I didn't say I was going to kill myself or anything like that. And it gets the cops at my fucking door because they call me and label me suicidal. I said I want to die. I did not say I have the ability to die. I did not say I would kill myself. I did not say any of that shit. And 3 fucking times I have police come to my door about that. Because I don't have the right to speak as a fucking free Canadian. If I say I want to die, that means I must be fucking suicidal. Take your assumptions and sub them straight up your fucking ass. Because the only way I'm dying is death, disease, old age, getting hit by a fucking car, or assassinated by the Canadian government because I won't stop fucking putting up with their bullshit. Because I'm not putting up with the Canadian government's bullshit. I'm not putting up with Doug Ford's bullshit. These guys fucking go through more money in one fucking day than it would take to fix the fucking program. But there's nobody responsible. The minister's not responsible for me starving. Okay. Doug Ford's not responsible for me starving. You know, their office literally told me to go F myself. Just like the disability minister, just like my local office. The local office told me to go F myself. And they're like, go to a food bank. Yeah, the guy who can't effing stand is going to walk his ass to the food bank. You know, I get a few days a month where I can actually go out and do things, and I pay a very heavy fucking toll for that. My leg swells up, I spend all night in pain not being able to sleep, and usually that costs me an extra fucking meal. Great, they're minus one meal from the meals, because, you know, life is bullshit. The government is bullshit. They fucking ignore us. They tell us what we can do. They tell us what we can fucking say. Like, I would say this is getting as bad as Nazi Germany. But at least Hitler was upfront about it. You're going to die. I fucking hate you. You know, the guy was honest about it. The Canadian government lies to our fucking face, smiles at us, tells us everything's gonna be okay, and then they don't do a fucking thing. Gas prices are still high. Food prices are still high. Our money's becoming fucking worthless. We're allowed to be charged fees out of existence. Like a fucking $75 power delivery fee each month. If you're paying that, you're a fucking idiot. Physics delivers your electricity. You pay a one-time hookup fee because they hook up the line. They're not sitting there at the line, you know, working hard to make sure that electricity keeps moving through the line, you know. And then they have the balls to say, well, we need to repair our equipment. You charged us repair fees. It's your equipment. If we're paying to fucking repair it, it's no longer your equipment. It's our equipment. We paid for the shit that went into to repair it. You didn't charge us more for your product. You literally charged us to repair your shit. Or else, you know, fuck us. And this is the problem with society. People watch my videos, they don't fucking comment, they don't like, they don't subscribe, they don't fucking share it. How the fuck is any of this supposed to make a difference if you can't do one little measly fucking thing? You know, I hate to sound like everybody's fucking pissed off motherfucking father, but at this point, you know, if I had the availability, Doug Ford, Justin Trudeau, the fucking disability minister, and half the government of Canada would be grounded for a week. No pay, no food, no contact with the outside world, 7-day room restriction, group home rules. You know, because they're acting like a bunch of fucking selfish little D-bags. And I can't take it anymore. I've almost broken my hand several times punching things out of extreme fucking anger for the pure fucking lunacy that is the Canadian government. I can be starving for 7 fucking days, call the ministry's office, tell the secretary I've been starving for 7 days because $373 isn't enough to fucking live on after fucking rent, which rent on average is over $1,000, and you give us what, $500? So you're paying for half a life? You're paying for half groceries? You're paying for half clothing? Good. You're paying for half clothing? I'm not gonna wear pants anymore and just walk around with my dick fucking hanging out. Because apparently that's a fucking option. Because when I call them and I tell them I don't have enough money to survive, they literally tell me too fucking bad. You can fucking starve me. You can take away my clothes. You can take away my life. And I will still fucking haunt the government of Canada for this bullshit. Now, as I've stated, I want to die. But no, I am not suicidal, and no, I don't want to fucking kill myself. I'm like a plant. and I'm being neglected, and there's no fucking water, and there's no new soil, and there's no fertilizer. And yes, there's a part of me that wants to die. I am not in control of that part. That part does not control me. It is a feeling within my very soul when I get up and there's nothing to eat. A part of my body goes, I want to die. This is not fair. Nobody should live like this. But again, I make a 20-minute video fucking ranting about how it's not fair, how fucking people just don't do their jobs, how they're blatantly allowed to ignore the Canadian public, how they're allowed to discriminate against the disabled, they're allowed to fucking take away my check when I became common law because you know what? We can't discriminate against couples normally, but you're fucking disabled, so you don't get a fucking check. They're allowed to call me by a fucking number instead of my name. They're allowed to stomp on anything I fucking tell them. It's worse than the fucking military and the cover-ups with the UFOs. They don't have to put in a fucking report when I call and say I'm starving. That report doesn't go to a fucking ethics committee because it doesn't exist. Because the Ontario government of Canada, Doug Ford, and the minister don't give two fucking shits about disabled people. They know I'm starving. I've made videos on my fucking YouTube telling that I'm starving. I have made fucking phone calls to a zoo to try to get shit fucking changed, and nobody fucking cares. My fellow Canadians don't care. My subscribers don't care. What else is there? My parents are dead. The two people that actually gave a fucking shit about me are dead. My brother and sister kind of care, but I don't think either of them really gives two shits about fucking disability or what people have to suffer on it. Because we've been taught to care only about ourselves, only about what we have. I would gladly give my life in service if I could just change disability and make it fair and put in a set of fucking rules that'll make sure this never fucking happens again. Nobody deserves to starve, especially not the almost 40-year-old guy with the hip of a 75-year-old man that has bone-on-bone contact and no pad left. But yes, I'm told that I can't have a mobility device for outside because outside, you're just a disabled piece of shit and you don't matter. If you were using the device inside, I could have it. But you see, I can't sit. So I don't need a fucking wheelchair. I need a scooter, a mobility scooter. I have problems walking distances over about 70 feet. So, walking outside, stepping onto a scooter and scooting over to the